Friends, family, fanatics, family. Welcome back to Back 9 Bits, episode 36. A Pen.drith Ink.ling. Very weird name. Gives away exactly who we're betting on. Maybe, maybe not. But that is the name of the article. Presented by Rotoballer. Welcome back to the show, folks. We have got the Jets jersey on because we are a fan of the Jets, because I suck at life. And it's football season. And we're doing golf. So life is good. At the end of the episode, we're going to do some sort of Jets and bets parlay type deal. Who the heck knows what's going on? But without further ado, we've got the Fortinet Championship played at Silverado Resort. Let's dive into what is actually going on at this venue. Now, before I get into it, actually, I just want to share. This is going to be a very chilled episode with bets. It's going to be a lot of DFS chit-chat because there are a bunch of Korn Ferry Tour graduates coming into this field. And we have got like Ezekiel data on these dudes for the model. I've tried to put the model together using the stuff that I've made. But before we get there, I want to show you guys the article that I wrote on rotoballer.com has got all the Korn Ferry Tour graduates, all 50 of them, with all these stats, their round-by-round rankings, their true strokes gained over the last 12 months, 6 months, 3 months, their ceiling, which way they're trending, are they going up or down over the last few little bits, and we've also split it up into course difficulty. So you can see if there's guys that play well on easy courses, which are scores that are above or more than minus 15, medium courses minus 10, and then hard courses are anything that land up underneath minus 10 as a winning score. I've got their distances, accuracy, good drives, greening regulations, par 5, scrambling, birdie or better, bogey avoidance, the whole shebang. This is all available to you for your own personal pleasure. If you go to the article that is in the description or on my Twitter profile, click on that bad boy. There's a link in there. And yes, I think you can really benefit from using this information. Brian says, I'm sharp. I totally agree. The Jets are not. So thank you, Brian. I think that is both two things that we are very certain about. I appreciate you tuning in, my brother. So yes, go check out the article. The link for the Google Doc is in there. You can use this for your own viewing pleasure, own benefit, everything. We are going to be focusing on guys that are very good on the easy courses. So let's do a quick I'll show you how to use this bad boy. We're going to go greater than 1 on easy courses. And then we're going to try and figure out, okay, these are the guys that absolutely fire on easy courses. You can see who's playing well over the last 3 months. We don't want any guys that are doing anything negative. So we're going to go greater than 0. Greater than 0. Now we've got a bunch of dudes. So Dean Burmester is not even in the field. Let's cook with these guys. So Taylor Montgomery, Justin Sir, Augusto Nunez, Michael Kim, MJ Duffy, Sam Stevens, and Nick Hardy. These are the dudes that we want to have on our roster for the easy course, which we'll be playing at the Fortinet. So that's just kind of a quick little what's going on in my world. When you on rotoballer.com, go and check it out. Go to rotoballer.com/radio. Check out all their premium stuff. You can use that for a 50% discount. Use code MANIAC for another 10%. It's awesome. Get all the premium articles out there. Get Spencer Aguilar's wonderful, wonderful Vegas report, which will pay off your premium right away. This guy's amazing at what he does. Life is good over there on the rotoballerpremium.com. Go check it out, folks. Okay, now that we've got that behind us, let's get into what's going on this venue. The reason we don't want to bet on this course, and that's why we want to do DFS, is because if you take a look at the correlations for distance, the tour average is 1.16. In 2021, which was the 21 season, they played in, I think, 2022, or I don't know what the hell happened, but last time they played, the correlation was under the tour average. Then the next year it was over. Then the next year it was under. Then the next year it was under. So it's a nightmare trying to decipher what's going on at this venue. 0.25 for accuracy. Over, under, under. So it looks like as the years have progressed, the guys have just typed in the nukes and they're going for it. Approach play, 0.61. Under, over, under, under. So what are we really like trying to do here? Is approach play important? Is it not? What is it? What are the stats trying to tell us? So that's why I don't want anything to do with this, to the betting. I don't want anything to do with these metrics because it's just a goddamn nightmare. And then, this is what the model's going to be looking like. This is tailor-made for DFS stuff. Lots of birdie percentage. 20% for birdies, 15% for par 5 scoring, 35% total approach, 80% 2022 stats, and then 20% total driving with a little bit of putting involved. That's what's cooking, folks. That is what's cooking today. Now, in order to understand what's all going on here, let's click in a little bit more. There we go. We have two different ranking systems now because the Korn Ferry Tour guys are coming into the field, and I cannot figure out how to incorporate their stats into the model because we don't have proximity numbers. We don't have like good recent form kind of stuff. So it's all separate, clunky. It's apples and oranges kind of thing. So bear with me while I go through this. So what I've done is I've organized this by true strokes gained, which means that it's including Korn Ferry Tour stats in these things. It's taken strength of field and allocated these guys to that ranking. And you can see the model ranking has them way worse because some of these guys aren't even in there. So just thought I would use these two columns to distinguish between Max Homa and Hideki Matsuyama. As you can see, Max Homa is playing a lot better recently than Hideki. But when you filter this course to match Silverado Resort, Hideki ranks first. So that's kind of the weird thing. If you look at Brendan Steele, his recent form is 7th in the true strokes gained column, and his model ranking is 23rd. So Brendan Steele isn't going to be that high up on our list compared to this true strokes gain situation. So that's what's going on. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Max Homa, guys, won this event last year. He's a baller. He crushes the par 5s that are very gettable at this venue, and that's why we have them for 15%. Birdie or better percentage, also he's 10th in the field, which isn't that good, which makes you considering we got a bunch of other guys that are better than him in that department. So Max Homa looking like, according to what's ownership is out there right now, 15% owned. Probably going to be more than that. He's Max Homa. People like to click his name. They like to support him, especially if you're sitting underneath the $10,700 Hideki Matsuyama. He is going to be far less clicked than Max. So I think Max is going to garner a lot of that ownership. Love to see that for Max, but keep an eye on the ownership for him because this recent approach play is a bit sour. And the last 2 years at this venue, the scores have been lower. They've been closer to 20. I don't know. I was saying earlier on the thing, and it's kind of an interesting situation because if there's going to be low scores and you're missing greens, you're not going to be making birdies unless you're chipping in. So Max's approach play is a major concern going into a course that's going to require significant amounts of birdie looks. That's what you want at this venue. You want in the fairway or bomb it down there, get it a million miles down there, but give yourself a look at the green, hit it on the green, give yourself a birdie opportunity, roll in the putts. That is basically what you do at every golf tournament, but at a birdie fest like we're going to probably see, that's exactly what you want. And Max's approach play is a concern. He hasn't had much rest since the season ended. What's he going to be getting up to? I don't know. He's $10,500, going to be pretty much high owned. He's probably going to push 20%. We'll see what he can do. The approach play has dwindled. Now, he did come from a course that they had a lot of water. He does like to hit it in water a lot. That can really hamper your approach play, but he's also been playing badly for a long time. So I don't want anything to do with Max. Hideki Matsuyama doesn't seem like he knows how to drive a golf ball. Does that matter that much at this venue? We don't know. What we do know is Hideki leads the field in birdie or better percentage and crushes it on the par fives. We like that. Do we want to roster Hideki Matsuyama? That is the question. I don't think a lot of people do like to roster him. So maybe we do. We like to do things different. We're wearing a goddamn Jets jersey on this thing. Nobody wants to wear a Jets jersey. Nobody wants to roster Hideki Matsuyama. We might do freaking both. Maybe we do a little Hideki parlay with the Jets. That's what we're going to do, actually, right off the top. Not even going to wait till the end of the episode. Hideki Matsuyama and the Jets win against the Browns, I think. We play them this week. Jets, Hideki, let's go. Sign that parlay up. Jets and golf bets, hashtag. Hideki, we like it. The ball striking's there. He hits it a country mile. The accuracy of the tee is not that big of a deal, apparently, at this venue. If Hideki can get it dialed in on the iron side of things, look at this. This is 100 to 175. Apologies for that. 50% of shots come from this column right here, and he's first in that column, right ahead of Cam Davis. So love to see that from Hideki. He's going to definitely be in the play. It's like, if he's pushing 10% ownership, I'll go there. I'm not going to play a high-owned Hideki, though. We'll play him when he's sitting around this percentage right here. Cam Davis, going to be double the ownership percentage of Hideki. He has been playing better than him lately. He's actually the second hottest guy coming into the field behind Taylor Pen.drith. Cam Davis, what does he do well? Well, from that range, I mean, look at this dude. He's exceptionally good. He may be the one guy that we eat the chalk on. I think we might leave Pen.drith alone. Is Cam Davis even in the President's Cup? I don't know. Anyway, if he is, who knows? Because I know that the President's Cup is next week, and a lot of people are wondering, are they going to be looking ahead? So Cam Davis suits this course beautifully, makes birdies sixth most out of this field. Par 5 scoring is pretty decent, and those proximity numbers from 100 to 175 are stunning. He'll find himself in that zone a lot. Drives the golf ball amazing. Life's good for Cam Davis people. He's really good. We may eat the chalk there a little bit. So earlier on the other podcast that I do with Bet Spurts, we spoke about all the DFS stuff. If you want to go check out what we had to say about Cam Davis after this, I know you'd love to hear my voice. Go feel free to do that too. We had a deep discussion about Cam. I think Ron is a big fan of him. Now, Emiliano Grillo, folks, is going to be our guy. Emiliano Grillo is always a fan on Back Nine. Back Nine Bets is a fan of Emiliano Grillo. He's our first outright. He's going to be 40 to 1. He's still 40 to 1 on pretty much every single market. I love that. The last two events that Emiliano has played in that were weaker fields was the 3M and the John Deere Classic. He finished second in both those events. It's time for him to win on the PGA Tour again. He won at this venue his very first start on the PGA Tour after graduating from the Korn Ferry Tour. So he knows how to win on this golf course. He's playing fantastic golf, comes into the field with the third best recent form over the last 24 rounds. He's very tidy from 100 to 175. Not so much recently, but we'll let that slide. You know, we've come out of that freaking the watery playoff fields. He makes birdies, 8th in the field, ranked in birdie or better percentages. Does nicely on the par 5s. Nothing too good, though. Not really too big of a fan there, but these par 5s are kind of shorter. I think he's going to stand a good chance of taking care of them. His distance is 29th in the field. A lot of people don't realize that he actually can hit it quite far. So Emiliano Grillo is definitely a play we're going to make. 15% ownership. You know, if we filter this by largest to smallest, where does he fit in with everybody? Here's Emiliano. So he's our 4th ranked guy. You can see he's one of the most mispriced guys in our model, apparently, from the true strokes gained and the model ranking. And that's why he's that high owned. So Brendan Steele's going to harbor a lot of his ownership. We'll get there. So I like Emiliano Grillo. I don't know how much we want to play him at 15%. That's quite a lot. But we're betting him outright. He's going to win this goddamn tournament. Emiliano Grillo. Corey Connors could find himself getting a little overlooked because we've got Max right there, and then we've got Sahith. So I don't think Sahith's going to be the guy that steals all the ownership. I think it's going to definitely be Max. Let's go to Corey Connors. I'm a fan of Corey Connors. His ball striking is going to be sensational around this venue. He's also going to be playing in the President's Cup next week. I don't know if we like that. I don't know if it's a good thing. Maybe he's going to just tune up it a little bit. Maybe he goes and wins the freaking tournament. Gets himself real fired up for Mr. Trevor Immelman. His good drives gained, second in the field. Love to see that. Off the tee, second. What else does he do? Approach play, baseline, third. This guy ball strikes the crap out of it. He leads the field in ball striking. His putting on this surface is rough. Not ideal. Not a very good putter typically. And the putting kind of has soured off a little bit. It was coming back, but it soured off. Now, we've seen crappy putters putt well on this course. He makes birdies 13 out of the whole field. He's 13th in birdie or better percentage. Does okay on the par fives. He's also very, very tidy from 100 to 175. So this range for Corey Connors is a stunning range. Recent approach play, also 12th in the field. This guy's going to ball strike this course to death. Looking forward to him doing that. Hopefully he wins this damn thing. No, hopefully he doesn't win. Maybe he finishes second behind Emiliano Grillo or Taylor Pen.drith. Those are who we are going to be looking for. Taylor Pen.drith, we just totally skipped over him. I don't know why. He is going to be our second outright. We're going very light on the card. It's going to be an easy peasy week for us. We're not investing too much money in the betting side. We're going big on DFS. Big on DFS. And we're not betting Taylor Pen.drith at $9,800, 23% owned in DFS. So we're going to bet him outright. 30 to 1 on DraftKings still. Go grab that. I think it's awesome. Considering the other guys up here are, apart from Grillo, they're all sitting in the 20s and teens. I think Max Homa is like the best you can get is a 16. So he's barely behind him in the rankings, double the value. So go grab up Taylor Pen.drith, hits it fantastically well off the tee. He comes into the event leading in recent form. Taylor Pen.drith is 21st. He's first of the last 24 rounds in strokes gained total. That's stunning. Love to see that from Taylor Pen.drith. First in current form right now. This guy's come back from injury. He's playing great golf. He drives it so nicely. He's going to tear this course apart. He's absolutely going to tear this course apart. Let's see if we go here quickly. Do a little quick, a little bit of a, this is where we're going. It's Taylor Pen.drith. Okay, Taylor Pen.drith. Let's go see what whatchamacallits looks like here. His proximity numbers. So his proximity numbers, the closer you get, the better he plays. So apart from 125 to 150, but hopefully he hits it all the way through that. His proximity numbers from 100 to 125 are really good. From 150 to 175 are really good. I have no idea why he just scores a 0, which seems very ominous to me. That might be a model problem. We'll see myself. But Taylor Pen.drith, love to see that. He's really, really good from that proximity. The longer he gets, the further away he goes, the less successful he hits his irons. So definitely going to like him with a lot of wedges in his hands. That's how we like him this week. Makes birdies, 7th in the field in birdie or better percentage. Does well in the par fives, top 20 there. Love to see that from him. Brendan Steele's going to be very, very popular. Very, very popular, I think. I don't think 13% is an accurate reflection of what he's going to go at, especially he's very, very cheap. Very, very cheap. He's been playing really good golf. Enters the field in 8th in recent form and first as the ball striking. So he's been ball striking the crap out of it, but the putter has been atrocious. 141st in the field. Got decent course history here. He's been playing very good golf at this venue. He's a back-to-back champion at this course too. So that's what Brendan Steele's deal is. The Steele deal. That is it right there. So yeah, everything about his game is trending in the right direction. I mean, look at this recent approach numbers from 120, 100. Let's change this as well because we don't want to lie to people. I've been grinding away on that freaking article, folks. I've just been writing and writing and writing about all these Corn Ferry guys, so the model's taken a bit of a backseat. Justin Sir, speaking of Corn Ferry people, one of the top dudes, enters the field as the 5th most informed player. This is true strokes gained. This is not raw strokes gained. It's taking the strength of field that Justin Sir has played in and absolutely converted it into what you could expect he would have done in a good field. He did win the Corn Ferry Tour Championships. He's going to be very, very popular. 9% is an undersell, I believe. I've heard his name on every single podcast. He's one of the 2 top premier Corn Ferry Tour graduates. There's no surprise there. I don't know what to tell you about Justin Sir. He's just very, very good at golf. Go read the article. Go check out the other YouTube podcast that we did. Me and my man Luke Sweated Out was very kind enough to join us and really go through every single Corn Ferry Tour graduate. Go check that out on the YouTube channel. It is good stuff. So Justin Sir, he's awesome. Going to be very popular, $8,200. That 9% is going to skyrocket, I think. Trey Mullinax, same thing. He's also coming into the event with the 4th best recent form, playing some sensational golf, found some good form recently, makes a bunch of birdies, a lot of birdies. So he might be a very nice player. I think, his recent form is stunning. He hits it nicely off the tee lately, hits it very far, and his approach play has been very, very nice. Recently, the approach play is also from 100 to 175. The wedges have been firing. The putter is getting a lot better than it typically is, so that's always good to see. Lots of nice stuff to like from Trey Mullinax, and I think we're going to definitely put him in our player pool. So there he is, Trey Mullinax. I like him. That's a nice cheap price. I think my man Ron likes him too. Andrew Putnam, 57th in the model ranking. We're not going to really talk about him that much, $7,700, but look at this recent form from the putters. Shout out to my man Andrew Putnam. Wow. Is that your cousin, Putters? Anyway. Yeah, okay. So what does he do? He's been putting really well lately. He's got a good course history here too. And that's it. So it's basically just the short game seems to be what Andrew Putnam has been doing really well. If the putter can keep firing, who knows? I mean, he's $7,700, 8% owned. I don't know about that. The recent form might not be enough to sell us when the model's using a long-term baseline and it's telling us he's 57th. So that's what's cooking there. Let's skip over him. Maverick McNeely's 8th in the model. Model likes his overall game for this course more than it likes his recent form, which is 17th. And the reason the recent form over here doesn't tie up to the true strokes gained is because there's a little bit of course history and there's a little bit of official world golf ranking points that associate themselves with this ranking. It's not just a true strokes gained ranking. It's a hybrid of. 80% of it is true strokes gained, though. Just FYI. Mav McNeely, $9,900, kind of spendy, makes a bunch of birdies. What does Mav do? He's a birdie making machine. He's par fives and birdies, typically very good. The recent form, 17th in the field, not too hot, but it's the model likes how his game sets up for this course. The approach play is a bit of a concern. The putting has been great. The approach around the green stuff has been good lately too. So Mav McNeely, 10% owned. Model likes him. I don't know. The approach numbers are dire. They are not good. Concerning. Very concerning. So that's what Maverick McNeely's story is. I'm probably not going to go to him that much. I think maybe like what's going on with Denny? Denny seems like he's a guy that could really do good stuff on this course. His recent form has been stunning. He's $8,800. He's going to be kind of expensive, very low owned. We know he can play well. We know he can putt lights out. His short game is going to be great. His recent approach play is trending in the right direction. Let's do that. So Denny McCarthy, just a little quick overview of Denny. The model likes him, and actually the model does not like him. I'm lying. The true strokes gain thing is where it's at. No bueno for Denny. Ches Reavy also very, very coarse. His current form dependent. Man, I'm stumbling over my words there. Very current form dependent. As you can tell, that's why his model ranking's 13th. Model, the true strokes, Jesus, Byron, get over it. We're done with him. Mark Hubbard. Let's get to Mark Hubbard. Love what we see from him. Dominates the par fives, plays this course very nicely too. Look at this approach, guys. Look at the approach stuff. And I mean, look at Chez's approach play too. Interesting. But the putting, very, very sketchy. But look at this course history for Chez. Maybe we need to go back to Chez. These $7,600 guys, Chez Reavie, keep an eye on him like that. But Mark Hubbard in particular, he might go a little more unnoticed than Chez at a bit of a cheaper price. Got some nice recent form, and the ball striking is stunning, and the putting is stunning too. He also makes a lot more birdies than Chez, so from a DFS perspective, that's exactly what you want to see. Let's do some Mark Hubbard love, So Mark Hubbard, hello there. Sahith Theegala, I don't know. The guy's all over the place. He makes a bunch of birdies, 19th in the field, but does well on the par fives. $10,000. Didn't play too well. He's 25th in the recent form. I can't say I'm a fan. Off the tees, errant as F. The approach plays nothing to write home about. We just skipped over Taylor Montgomery. I don't know why we did that. Let's go back to Taylor. Nothing about his stats are accurate, so ignore that. This is just a few rounds that he played, I think, at the Farmers when he played nicely. So Taylor Montgomery is one of the best Korn Ferry Tour guys to come out of that freaking tour. Him and Justin Suh are sabras. They are brothers with the same kind of upside. If you look at, let's go back to what I was doing earlier. They both make it in here. Look at this. Look at the ceiling. The ceiling for Taylor Montgomery is ridiculous, folks. He plays fantastic golf. I think I'm definitely going to throw a first-round leader bet on him just for fun. Not doing too many of those this year because I lost a lot of money on him. Everything else we made bougie bucks, by the way. It was a good year for us so far. Ceiling is nuts. So when you take the top 25% of his rounds, the bottom one is averaging 2.82 strokes, true strokes gained. So it's night and day above everyone else. Nick Hardy was doing a similar thing, but also like almost half a stroke behind Taylor Montgomery, and Nick was playing all of his golf on the PGA Tour. So if you think about the level of competition that Montgomery was going up against now, and he plays the way he did, he can really rack up some true strokes gained. So Taylor Montgomery is just a really good play. I like him a lot. I don't, Justin Suh's ceiling, his top end performance is not nearly as good as Taylor. So I think if we do go to one Korn Ferry guy, I'm liking Taylor Montgomery. I think Justin Suh is going to be a lot more impressive because he won the recent event. Taylor Montgomery, on the other hand, is going to be a bit more expensive and hopefully a little bit less owned. I like a lot about his game. He played really well when he got on the tour. We'll see. Definitely first round leader, definitely a showdown guy. I think that will be good for first round showdown and particularly third round showdown. Look at Taylor Montgomery's third round showdown stuff. So this is all available in that Rotoballer article. If you click on the link to the thingy, the spreadsheet in there, you can find all this stuff yourself. Look at that third round scoring. He's sensational when it comes to Saturday golf. Once he makes the cut, he kicks ass in a big way. So check out Taylor, especially if he doesn't play too hot going into the weekend, but somehow makes the cut. Showdown, lock his ass in there. I'm going to be doing that for sure. Hopefully he doesn't play too good. Plays really well on Thursday for the first round lead. Go win it. Blow up on Friday so everyone doesn't want to play you on Saturday when we go do that. That's an ideal scenario. Okay. Moving on swiftly. Don't want anything to do with Matt Kuchar. Dewey. I mean, the approach play is not too bad. Very good on the short game side of things. I don't think he's going to make nearly enough birdies for us. Alex Noren, also not too much of a fan of him. We're going to scoot all the way down here to Thomas Detry and Robbie Shelton. These two Korn Ferry graduates enter the field with the 15th and 20th. Let's talk about Thomas Detry first. True strokes gained entering the week, 15th. And he is impressive. He plays very good golf. He's a very consistent player. He played multiple events on the Euro Tour and the PGA Tour, only missed 3 cuts and probably about 20 odd events. We can actually go look because in the article, there are situations where you can find this kind of stuff. I've put all these screenshots of these things in each player's profile. You can go check it out for yourself too. So here's Thomas Detry. This is his player card. He does very nicely on the par fives, which this golf course has a lot of. And if you look at his Euro performances, he's got what, 13 of those, and then he's got 16 PGA Tour starts. So in 16 Euro and PGA Tour starts, he only missed 13 cuts. His ceiling is very high considering all things, and his true strokes gain is also very nice. His game's been trending up in the last 3 months. Love to see that, and his distance is not too shabby either. Plays good golf on the easier courses, better than the medium courses. So this golf course is a lot easier in respect to other PGA Tour courses. I think they're not going to get to -20 elsewhere, whereas that could definitely happen here. So that's what's going on with Thomas Detry. Lots of fun stuff there. Robbie Shelton as well comes in with the 20th best recent form, true strokes gain. Let's check out Robbie Shelton's stuff. I don't know why. We're jumping all over the place. It's been a while since I've been behind the microphone for back 9 bets on my own. Feeling a little bit sick. I'm powering through it. That's when my brain's a bit groggy. He makes a bunch of birdies. That's what we love about this guy. Makes a bunch of birdies. Look at the par 5 scoring. Very, very nice. Doesn't hit it that far. So he relies on hitting it in the fairway, which is totally fine. Go ahead and do that. He is trending upwards over the last 6 months compared to the previous 12 months or the same 12 months. And then he's trending upwards over the last 3 months too versus the 6-month trend. So everything about his game you can see is going up. He won an event recently in August. He finished second in July and missed a few cuts here and there. So he's got like some upside lately. He's playing some really good golf. Then at the Tour Championships, he finished 26th. So not too bad. First, 28th, 26th on the last few events, and a second. I like Robbie Shelton. I know Luke on the other podcast said it's his favorite, one of his favorite guys. He thought it was going to be a Scotty Scheffler. Him and Scotty Scheffler were going to do some crazy things. And Luke, unfortunately, Robbie didn't do it. But I like the fact that he's going to come out here and kick some ass. His game's been trending in the right direction lately, especially over the last 3 months. I mean, look at all this dark green stuff here. It's just good stuff. So we'll definitely do a first-round leader for Robbie and see what goes on there. What's Robbie's first-round leader? Does he give us anything? Yeah. I mean, he's averaging 1.5 strokes gain in the first round. So definitely going to do a Robbie first-round leader, especially this first round includes all of his crappy first rounds that he had early in the year. So, the last few first rounds, he's averaging 3 strokes on the Korn Ferry Tour, which you love to see. So he's got some upside. That's what's cooking with Robbie. Definitely going to be in our player pool at $6,800, 1% owned. I don't think too many people are speaking about him like they are Justin Suh and Taylor Montgomery. 1%, nice and cheap. Hello, Robbie Shelton. Gary Woodland, I don't know. Don't have too much to say about Gary Woodland. Don't think I'll put him in my player pool. Doesn't make a lot of birdies. We want birdie makers. And then we've got Troy Merritt, who's one of my favorite guys lately. He's going to be $8,700, 7% owned, 31st in the model. But we're going to pick a few stats that we like. Recently, his ball striking has been very, very nice. 13th and 10th of the last 24 and 12 rounds off the tee, driving it nicely. And then his approach play of the last 24 rounds is 20th, which is very nice too. We know he's a very good putter, but he hasn't been putting well lately. And that is why his recent form of 33rd in this field is not as high as it should be. If he gets his putter together, I think Troy Merritt's going to do okay. Average course history at 42nd there. So dealing with the Troy Merritt, I think I'm definitely going to go to him at $8,700, 7% owned. I think he's upside from a ball striking perspective over the last 7 rounds. Of the last 24 rounds is 7th. Love to see that from Troy. Love that. Then we got Michael Kim, who is a very promising individual. His stats have also been trending up in the right direction. It's really interesting to see how his game has been going. Oopsie. There we go. Michael Kim. Okay, so Michael Kim is $6,400, nice and cheap, looking like he was 5% owned. He finished T17th at the Corn Ferry Tour Finals, which is all the way at the bottom. I don't know why it's all the way down there. Oh boy. We are deleting things. And then look at this recent run of form coming in. So over the last 7 events, he's got 3 top 5s. And look at all this green. His game is really trending in the right direction. So very, very nice stuff. Averaging 1.82 strokes gained over those period of time. Plays easy courses very, very well. 6th best out of all the 50 Corn Ferry Tour graduates. Scrambles like crazy. Makes the 10th most amount of birdies on the Corn Ferry Tour graduate list. Avoids bogeys like nothing about his game is showing red. And you love to see the 2 up arrow boxes for his trending. So like this guy, you can see his game is trending. There's a lot more red over here. And as it goes to the last little while, there's a lot more green, few red boxes. So if you can avoid the blow-ups, we're going to love ourselves some Michael Kim. $6,900. I'm going there, like him a lot. Brendan Todd as well. His good drives gained is 7th. He's very good from 100 to 175, which I think he'll find himself most likely in the 125 to 175 bucket because the guy is a goddamn pop gun. 148th in the field in distance. So we'll ignore that, but he's got the best short game in the field. Putting first. Putting is first. Around the green is 20th. Love to see that from Brendan Todd. Putting well recently. If he has some lights out putting performances at $7,200, 2% owned, Brendan Todd, this is a PGA professional who can putt better than anyone under the sun on a God-given day. Let's go to him. Absolutely. The model thinks he's 47th in the field. Whatever. The model is only there to give us suggestions for DFS. For the betting side, we'll listen to the model. DFS, that's where the maniac comes out a little bit. Brendan Todd, give me a putting performance out of your life this weekend at $7,200, 2% owned. Hello there. Let's go. Obviously, the model likes Webb Simpson. Shout out to my man Spencer Aguiar. I don't know if I like him. Recent form, 48th. Ooh, baby. You know, nothing about his game. These are all baseline numbers. The scoring metrics are nice. Good course history here. But not a lot to write home about. Tyler Duncan, on the other hand, also very, very nice from a ball striking perspective. Look at the recent form from those proximity numbers. The wedges are on fire right now. I know my man Ron likes him. Ball striking over the last 24 rounds is 48th. His ball striking baseline is 26th. Like to see that. 7K, 3% owned. Fancy him if you want. Let's scoot down here. So we're going to go all the way to Jason Day, who I know my man Ron also likes. Off the tee, crushes it. Absolutely beautiful. Short game, fantastic. And his game is trending in the right direction, Jason Day. So like to see that from him. Let's go to Jason Day. Nice and cheap and 3% owned too. Like that leverage play. Augusto Nunes. Also another Corn Ferry guy. Love to see what he does up to on the easy. Whoa, boy. Augusto. Oh, there's an Augustus. Oh, Daniel Augustus the Fourth. Wow. That's one hell of a name. So Augusto Nunes, easy courses. He's 4th in the field on easy courses. His two of his 3 top 5s came on easy courses. He's not really trending too much, but he absolutely pounds greens and pounds fairways. Bogey avoidance is pretty good. It's actually very good. 3rd out of the 50 guys, and his easy scoring condition ranking of 4th is awesome. So when birdies get flying, he does it nicely. He hits so many greens. I'm sure he gives himself so many birdie looks. I'm going to play him a lot in DFS. He's nice and cheap. $6,500, 1% owned. He's going to hit so many greens. It's going to be amazing. Doesn't, the last little while, he missed the cut in the playoffs, whatever. I don't know what's going on there. Not ideal, but the recent form before that was very, very nice. I mean, he had a run of 4 straight events. He finished inside the top 6, which is very good. I mean, look at this. If we can get this kind of a situation, sign us up. That's what we want to see from Augusto. At a ball striking paradise like we're going to go to, let's see what he can do for us. Carl Jan doesn't even have a projected ownership. He's also another good Corn Ferry Tour guy. I think he's going to be quite popular, especially if a Corn Ferry Tour dude has got a high price tag. It suggests to the public that he's a good player, and they most likely will, get magnetized to that guy. The cheaper dudes are the people that you don't think are that good. They could be. You never know. These guys played on the Corn Ferry Tour. They pop. The reason they graduated is because they had a good event at some point in time. So if we're going to take a gamble on a guy, we want him to be like 1%. If he freaking wins that tournament, your GPP is made that much easier. You're like cutting out 99% of the field. All you got to do is get the other guys cooking. And if you're getting a cheap dude, the rest of your guys are all going to be nice, expensive salary players, which should suggest that they should make a lot more cuts. So it really opens up your slate if you go heavy and aggressive on these guys down in the bottom here. Another Corn Ferry guy is Sam Stevens. Very interesting dude. His ceiling is, I don't like him that much. I don't like his game. I don't know why. I'm going to skip over him a little bit. Matty Schmidt. I don't know. Matty Schmidt's also another Corn Ferry dude. Will Gordon as well. All sitting here in the $6,800 range. Let's go to this guy, Marty Zhongde. He's an interesting cat. I think he also plays good golf on the, whatchamacallit. He's an easy player. He plays really good on the easy stuff, but he scores in the par fives really nicely and had a good top 5 finishes over the whole period of time he was on the tour. Barely missed any cuts. I think he missed 4 cuts or so. Not too shabby. Corn Ferry Tour Championship wasn't the best, but he finished 3rd 3 events ago. Won an event in July. So there's a lot to like about this dude too. And when he plays well on a course he likes, he tends to string together all 4 rounds of really good golf. All 4 rounds of really good golf apart from the Sunday. I think he must have been well ahead of the field there and in contention, kind of probably pooped down his pants a bit. But when he's playing good golf, he's gaining every round, which is what you want to see. Very consistent, just stacking his stuff. Love to see that from a dude. Austin Cook, blah-de-blah. We're just going to keep scooting down the board here. Dylan Fratelli's always an interesting player. One of my favorite guys who we're definitely going to look into from a Corn Ferry perspective. I know I'm just skipping over a bunch of people, but so be it. I've been like investing my time so much into these Corn Ferry dudes. I think they're going to give us the biggest edge there is. You can definitely land up having a guy in your player pool that's going to be less than 1% owned, which is exactly what you want to do. So if we're going to take a peek at this dude, what the hell was his name even? Kevin? Roy. His name was Roy. There we go. So he is also, look at this. He leads the Corn Ferry Tour in par 5 scoring. Had some good rounds, once he figured out his game in May, he hasn't missed a cut. Has not missed a cut in 8 events. Played fantastic golf. He gained in 7 of the 8 events. His recent last, the one of the playoff events, not too good. But this course has got 4 par 5s. I'm going to love to see him play at this venue. I think he's going to tear them up. He's very good at hitting greens. He's got some distance. He makes, his good drives gained. He's very nice. I like myself some Kevin Roy. $6,400. Nobody knows about him. He's my dude. Going to go heavy on him. Riding the wave with Kevin Roy. The Kevin Roy wave. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. We'll see what he can get up to. On the podcast earlier, we were talking about MJ Duffy, also another Corn Ferry Tour guy, South African, Monday qualifier. This guy's electric. He's actually one of the top players. Definitely going to go with MJ Duffy. Let's take a look at his thing. I'm going to have so many Korn Ferry guys in my player pool. It's not even going to be funny. I don't know why I'm doing that, but this is going to be how it goes. Look at all these top 5 things. His ceiling is 4th. True strokes gained, 4th. Whoa, my man. Look at this good-looking individual coming into the chat room. What's up, Sia? Have a look at MJ Duffy with me, my bruh. We've got all sorts of stuff going on here. His true strokes gained, 4th out of the 50 Korn Ferry Tour guys. Makes birdies in bunches. Hits it a country mile. Scrambles nicely. And that's all we like about him. Look at these multiple top 5 finishes recently. And life is good. Does a decent job at avoiding bogeys. His accuracy is the only issue. All right. Sia Najad says, we're moving the draft cars tomorrow. Want to come onto the show? Absolutely. I will see you there. This is how we do business on the internet, folks. It's exactly how we do it. I'll be there. Love to do it. One of my favorite things, guys, the PGA draft cast by Win Daily Sports tomorrow night, 8 Eastern. It's a good time. Your boy, the Model Maniac's going to be on the draft cast. It's going to be a good one. An absolute banger. So, boom, boom, boom. Let's do it. Well, thank you, Sia. Nice to see you in the show, my man. Really appreciate it. Now, let's get back to business. We are wrapping things up here. Big fan of Harris English. Going to be a very risky play. I think he has obviously showed us he can win. He's had some extra time to recover from his injury. Who knows how much he's been practicing? Who knows what he's been getting up to? We know what he's capable of. He's very cheap. Don't have to get too much exposure to him to get heavy on the field. Life is good in Harris English world. Definitely going to sign him up a few times. Patton Kazaya also, one more dude I want to get to. He's the way of the future. Nice and cheap. Makes a bunch of birdies. He's all the way down in the 6,600 range. Dominates par 5s. Dominates the birdie section. Life's good for him. Hasn't been playing too hot lately. But at a course that you can absolutely just send it. His distance is 32nd in the field. His baseline approach play is very nice too. And he hits the wedges sexily. So that's what we're kind of looking for from Patton. And he's going to be very cheap, very low owned. Life's going to be good there too. One more person we're going to get to, Vincent Norman. We're just going to all the Korn Ferry Tour dudes. I know I did the show yesterday, but that's what it is. I think it's going to pretty much be a Korn Ferry Tour card when we get there. Vincent Norman, here he is. Look at the green when it comes to greening regulations for Vincent Norman. This guy is a green pounding machine. He avoids bogeys very nicely, but his putting is disgusting. He misses so many birdie putts, it's not even funny. It's like me on the back nine of a 4-man scramble with unlimited booze. It's bad. But the driver, very, very nice stuff. Love to see the distance and accuracy combined, and his game is trending in the right direction. As of May, look at all this green that he had early, and then is kind of petered off as he got into the championships in the playoffs there. So if he can get this kind of a form going on again and just keep smashing fairways and greens, life's going to be good for Vincent Norman, especially at $6,400. Love to see Vincent Norman. Love to do what he's going to do. And I think that's going to be it from me, folks. I'm exhausted. I'm kind of sick. Been trooping through this one. I want to go and cough and sneeze my lungs out. But it's been fun. We're back. The fall swing's back. It's going to be a good time. We've got the PGA draft cast tomorrow. We'll be on there, 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe. It's going to be a good time. Come join us there. Check out the articles in the description below. Go to my Twitter profile. All the stuff's pinned there. Use that beautiful little spreadsheet I put in there for your own purposes. Use all the data in there. It's a great time. You can use it for the next few events because it's going to take a while to get these Korn Ferry Tour guys understanding what's going on. You know, we have to accumulate multiple sets of rounds for these guys before we can really establish what kind of profile they are as a golfer. So awesome times. Back 9 bets, episode 36. Pen.drith Ink.ling. The Fortinet Championship is going to be on Thursday, and I cannot wait for it to begin. Heavy in the DFS. Go easy on the bets. unless you find a really nice number you like, it's going to be a weird week. Let's get weirder and do it. Let's take down a goddamn GPP. All right, people. Linda Q out.